Hi there, welcome back to SaveWithCrypto. My name is SaveWithCrypto, and this video is nothing to do with crypto. This is about traditional finance, in particular stocks, and I'm making this today because somebody in our Discord mentioned that they'd like a video about how to trade stocks in the UK within a ISA. Now, an ISA is an individual savings account. And to explain how this works, it's probably better if I get somebody else to do it. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this video by Nisha. Nisha is, well, she's lovely for a start, but she's also a really clever, intelligent, wealthy, I think, as well, financial YouTuber. And she does really excellent videos about everything you need to know about money, especially if you live in the UK. So please do check out her channel. I'll link to it up in the top corner. What would be really nice is if you went over there and then said that I sent you. That would be really good. Anyway, let's just have a listen to what she says about ISAs.
What is an ISA? Imagine you've got some money saved up. Maybe you want that money to work for you, to make more money. You could put it in a bank and earn interest, or you could invest it in the stock market. But here's the thing. Normally, when you make money from your money, the taxman takes a cut of those earnings. That's where an ISA comes in. It stands for an individual savings account, and it's basically your ticket to tax-free savings and investments. So an ISA isn't an investment itself. Think of it more like a protective wrapper or a special box, and anything you put inside this box is shielded from tax. Or the interest you earn, or the investment gains, or the compound growth over decades, it's all yours to keep, and the taxman can't touch it. Each year, you get an ISA allowance. That's the maximum amount you can put into this tax-free box. And for the 2025-2026 tax year, that allowance is £20,000.
Okay, Nisha goes on to explain different kinds of ISAs, but the ones we're concerned with are the cash ISA and the stocks ISA. Now, the cash ISA is just something where you get straight interest. Now, I use this platform called Trading 212. Now, in Trading 212, there's actually 4 different kinds of accounts. So there's an invest account, and that is literally where you can just buy and sell stocks. And, you know, if you make money, that's great. You can also get a free card. So it's just like a normal payment card, and you do actually get a little bit of cash back if you use it as well. So that's really cool. So that one is tied to the invest account. So over here, I just do like very small trades, like backwards and forwards, just to make a few pounds, and I use that just for having a bit of fun every now and again, you know, going out for a day or treating myself to something and then paying for it with the card. But that isn't part of an ISA. Also, what's not part of an ISA is this 212 CFD. This is a kind of like leveraged version of trading, and I must admit I haven't used this at all, and I kind of don't want to really, because I've got a reasonable amount of money in this account, and I don't want to do it wrong. So I'm going to stick to my leverage on crypto and not really with the traditional stuff. Okay. So with the cash ISA, you get about 3.85% interest. It is flexible in the way you can withdraw your money anytime or put money in anytime, whatever. And it's completely free. There are no account fees or anything for that. With the stocks ISA, this is the one I like. You get 0 commission investing, there's no account fees, and you actually get 4% interest on your cash, which is paid daily. So I don't really see why anyone would use a cash ISA, because you can just put your money in here and get, 4% paid daily. So within the stocks ISA, what I do is I just buy and sell stock, and I just make money that way. And I've done quite well this year just by literally just buying stuff on red days and then selling it on a green day. And there's a huge amount of stuff that you can trade. So this is my watch list there. Got like top winners here. So say for example at the moment I'm quite interested in Butterfly Finance that my friend Wiz notified me about. So it's BFLY. So you can see here Butterfly Network. It's on the New York Stock Exchange, so you can just give that a click. And then if you want to buy this stock, you can just go, okay, I'm going to buy it. You can either do a market order here and just buy however much you want, or you can do a limit order where you can say, I'm going to buy that amount, but I'm going to buy it at that price, and then you can do that. And we've got these stop orders as well, and these stop limit ones, which I must admit I never use. If you want to sell something, at the moment the only thing I have is this Aero Group holdings, and I've just got a small amount of that. I did sell quite a lot of stock yesterday because prices were quite high. So if you want to sell that, I could just sell all my shares at the current price with a market order. I could do a limit order, and I could say, okay, well, I don't want to sell at that price, so I'm going to sell at like $20 instead. And then you can just set your order there. A stop limit order I do use. For example, once I've bought something and the price goes up, I don't want to ever have to sell that at a lower price than what I bought it for. So I will actually use a stop limit order in the same way that I would normally use like a stop loss order in profit with a crypto trade. So I do use that sometimes. And that's about all there is to it, really. Now, I don't confess to be any sort of expert at all with stocks or traditional finance or anything like that. But what I do is I use the Quadzilla indicator to give me an idea of like when to buy and when to sell. And it's worked out pretty well. I opened this account in March, and I put in some money at the end of last tax year and then some at the start of this new tax year. So that was before April the 5th and after April the 5th. And, I've done pretty well. I had a bit here where my investments went down a little bit. And then yesterday, when everything was on a high, I did sort of cash out a lot of stuff. And now I'm looking for another red day when everything's looking really terrible. And I'll buy back into the market, and I'll buy a few things going on whatever Quadzilla suggests. But so far, since April, I've managed to achieve a rate of return of 54.4%, which I think you will agree is better than the percentage that I would have got with a cash ISA, and that's the year starting from April. So I think it's really cool. I mean, I'm hoping to do that again over the next 6 months. Now, hopefully by next April, I will have achieved some kind of rate of return of about 100%, which means I will have doubled my money in a year. And I am getting better at this the more I do it. And like I say, I'm only literally doing it with just buying and selling. I'm using no leverage at all. But I am using TradingView to look at the charts, and I'm using Quadzilla with that as well. Anyway, if you're in the UK, that's brilliant. If you're not in the UK, I still think you can use this platform. I'm not sure how it works with the ISAs, but I'd actually be interested to know if you're, say, like in Europe, or maybe you're in Asia or somewhere, and I'd be interested to know what happens when you go to Trading 212. All right, let me know how you get on in the comments down below. Or just use the comments to ask any questions you've got, and I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. If not, I'll try and find out. If you appreciate that, please do give the video a great big fat like, and make sure you are subscribed and you got the notifications set and all. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
SaveWithCrypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.